Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Mofe
And I'm Amarachi.
Well, today's topic is something actually very, very dear to our hearts. We're going to be talking about the recent incident that happened at Kajuru Castle in Kaduna State. So, to put everyone up to speed on what happened, Kajuru Castle is it's like our top 3. It's probably my number 1.
Yeah, I think it's my number 1 too.
So number 1 attraction in Nigeria. So it's a medieval castle built by a German in the 1980s, right? And it's pretty much, just imagine like a medieval castle in Kaduna State on top of a hill in the middle of nowhere. It is actually fantastic. So I've done a personal trip there with Amarachi. I think we're about 6 of us that went there, and we had such an amazing time. We went from Abuja, we took the train, went to Kaduna, took a drive to Kajuru local government, and then the castle is somewhere there, right? And then a couple of our friends and colleagues as well have done numerous group trips there. You know, so we have like group experiences there. People go there from Abuja for day parties and all that. So like I said, it's a medieval castle. It has 6 rooms. And for an overnight, you have to be a maximum of 12 people. And then if you're doing like a day trip, you can come with as many people as possible. So it has a sauna, it has a pool, and it's pretty much just a place that you just go and just chill and just be away from like all the hustle and bustle of the city, right? So a couple of tourists via a tour company went there on Friday. Yeah, so they were there on Friday, and then there was an incident where armed robbers stroke kidnappers that came and then shot at them. Unfortunately, 2 people lost their lives. 2 tourists lost their lives, and then they kidnapped 3 people that worked in the castle. Right.
So this is like what we know.
Yeah, that's what we know as of now.
Yeah, I think it's just a really sad situation. And I mean, we hear about like attacks in different parts of the country, but this one really hits very hard.
Very hard, like it hits me really, really hard because Kajuru Castle is a part of my Nigerian romance story. So I can't tell my story without talking about Kajuru Castle. Kajuru Castle was literally the first place I did a group experience to, and that kind of made me attract my tribe.
Yeah, so that's how I found it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people actually found it that way too. So I did it with Lola on Rather Nigeria, and it was really hard to sell, but then we still sold out, and we're still able to find those Nigerians that were willing to go the extra mile, you understand, to discover a new place and things like that. People that were just very open to seeing things outside the norm.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 2015. I don't think individuals and their friends had been to Kajuru Castle, of course. I mean, that's how I discovered it. Somebody went there with their friends, but I don't think any tour group in Nigeria had done any trip there. So we're literally the first ones to do like a trip there, where we're literally putting it out there, sign up for this trip, you're going to Kajuru Castle in Kaduna State. So a lot of people were like, wait, first of all, is this place in Nigeria? We're like, yeah.
I know, it
doesn't look like Nigeria at all. Secondly, they were like, is it safe?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for security? And this was 2015. We didn't even have the trains from Abuja to Kaduna then, so we had to go by road. Obviously, we provided security and everything, but then people were still skeptical. We got a lot of inquiries, but the inquiries were still laced with like skepticism, like, oh, are you sure? Is it not safe at this time? And so many questions, which I understand where people are coming from, you know what I mean? But then back then we're like, oh yeah, I mean, is Paris safe? Is this place safe? But look at what has happened. Like, how are we even able to sell this place? I don't know. It's going to be very difficult.
I know. I mean, this brings me to the reactions we got after this attack. It's human nature, like when something like this happens, your first reaction is that of fear, and you just want to, in quotes, cancel Kajuru.
Yeah.
But I'm actually quite disappointed, to be honest, at the reactions that this is getting. Like, I look at some of the comments on social media, underneath posts of social media enthusiasts that promote Kajuru Castle. And it's all, just like playing into the narrative that Northern Nigeria is not safe. Don't ever go to Kajuru Castle again. I actually feel like we should all be coming together to fight against racism and to encourage.
Exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like obviously, a lot of the reaction was quite disappointing.
Yeah.
So the tour company that took people there, he has brought out like a statement, but not like the clear picture, because he's waiting for like the police to do their job, And then under that post was somebody so venomous and so, I don't even know the word to use, and she had this whole, "But I told you not to go there and you still went there," blah blah, and it's so annoying because I know that a couple of people have been on his trips and they always say that on these trips he always has security, at least 3 armed policemen, because he does like a lot of northern trips, like he's done Nassau, I think he's done Bauchi, Kano, and a couple of other places. So I'm sure he understands that people are quite skeptical about going to the north, right? So he doesn't play with like security. So he always has security on his trips, and he had security on this particular trip. That is why the armed robbers didn't gain access to the castle. They were actually shooting from outside. They didn't gain access to the castle. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, once the full story comes out, everybody will read, because there are a lot of false reports being circulated everywhere that they got inside and they were shooting, and that's really not what happened, because I happen to know someone that was on this trip, and then I've spoken to her, she's told me, but I mean, it's not my place to announce to anybody, so I feel like the people that were on the trip, or the tour operator himself, will come out eventually and tell us like the true picture of what exactly happened, So they didn't gain access to the castle, because you've been to Kajuru Castle, it's a damn fortress, like, you can't just gain access. And like you said earlier when we were speaking off camera, like, people in Kajuru do not even know that there's Kajuru Castle there.
It's very secluded, I know.
It's extremely secluded, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, and there was also like a police station down the road from the castle. But you know what, I'm not even trying to apportion blame to anybody, so
This actually brings me to another question, like why the reaction was the way it was. Every day in Western Nigeria, Southern Nigeria, like there are armed robbery attacks.
I know.
And they're like people, especially traffic robbery in Lagos. Lagos is notorious for traffic robbery.
And you hear people being shot in traffic.
And the reaction is not this way. It's like, oh, I told you never to go to work in Lagos ever again.
I know.
Why is it? I don't know. I'm really disappointed. Mainly because. So when this enthusiast promoted these trips, a lot of people were, commenting about how safe it was. I felt like a lot of people wanted to go. So they just wanted to find out. I mean, that's normal, right? Like you need to know how safe it is.
Of course, before you go anywhere.
That's fine.
Perfectly fine.
But then after the attack, the reaction of like going back to this same post and saying, "Oh, these comments earlier were valid." So someone commented about the fact that, "Oh, you're taking people to Kajuru to bring them back in body bags." I felt like that was so inappropriate.
And that was so insensitive. Like, why are we so insensitive at this time? It doesn't make
rallying around
supporting. Exactly. So especially the castle as well, because they're going to. Nobody's going there. At least for now, at literally no one, and then apart from just the castle, no one for our colleagues. It's very difficult to sell Northern Nigeria in general, not just Kajuru Castle, because they're like, for a place like Kajuru Castle, which is seemingly safe, for that kind of attack to have happened, what more like a Fit Chucker or a Yankari Games Reserve, anything that happened at anywhere. But then the truth is, it can also happen at Rock too.
It can. So are we not just going to go anywhere anymore?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like heartfelt condolences to the victims and then people that also witnessed it as well. It should never ever have happened.
I guess this is where we also need, like, it's already hard enough selling tourism in Nigeria. And then you have this thing that happens, it just takes us 100 steps backwards, and it's really sad. It just undermines all the efforts
of everybody collectively. You know what I mean? Yes. Like I was speaking to, I can't remember who I was speaking to, and the person's like, it's going to be very difficult for them to sell tourism within Nigeria. Just Lagosians are just literally just want to go to the beach
Yeah.
and nothing more. Nobody would want to leave Lagos. Like, how do you tell your parents, for example, after this Kajuru attack? You tell your parents, oh, mommy, I'm going to vouch you with. They're going to be like, no, are you out of your mind? You know what I mean? Because initially it was even hard enough to tell them you were going to these places, right? Because I remember, like, our Kajuru trip, I remember.
I didn't tell my mom I was going to Abuja, and then when I came back, I was like, oh, by the way, we also went.
I know, like, I remember, like, when my dad heard that we were going to Kajuru, and he's like, please don't take my granddaughter with you. And, like, he didn't even, he's like, that's your business, you can go with your friends, that's fine, but please do not take my granddaughter with you. And then they had to provide security for us and all that, because, I mean, they weren't playing games, you know what I mean? So you can imagine, like, just randomly telling your parents that, oh, I just signed up for a trip with Niger nomads to Kajuru Castle. They will be like, no.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really difficult. And I mean, like you said, we need to be rallying around each other at this time. Like, this is the time we need each other the most.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's not the time for criticism.
Or
it's not the time
blame
for
game.
blame.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really not. Yeah. So let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Again, our heartfelt condolences to the victims of this attack, and even the people who were there. Like, I'm sure it must be so traumatic.
It was.
To be in the middle of all
Yeah,
that.
so the person that I called, I mean, when she sent us a message that she was in there, and my heart just sunk. Like, it just shows you how tiny this travel. It's so close. Like, it just shows how tiny this travel community is. Like, what are the odds that I'm in a travel group with 30 people and one person there was in Kajuru Castle when this thing happened? So I called her, and she was quite distraught and all that, but she's better. You know, obviously they were supposed to go to Fit Chaka after, but the entire trip was cancelled. Of course, that was the end.
Yeah.
You know, so she's back in Abuja now and hopefully coming to Lagos soon. Yeah, so.
Yeah. This was a tough one.
It was very tough. It was very tough. But yeah, we will overcome.
We will overcome.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. All right, guys. So let's know what you think about the whole incident, and please don't leave any negative comments. We're going to delete it.
Yes. No,
Please, no, it's not time for exactly no spaces. This is not the time to just be being smart or whatever. Yeah. So thank you so much. Let us know what you think about everything, and also let us know how we can move forward.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing as well. Like, what's the solution? What do we do?
Yeah. And
Okay.
does this deter you from traveling to the north?
Yeah. Does it? Northern Nigeria is extremely beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful region in the country, to be honest. Yeah. Let us know. All right. Thank you. Bye.